Hello students, we will be continuing our geography chapter number 10, life in the tropical and subtropical regions. This will be my video number 2. In my video number 1, I had given you a detailed idea about the tropical regions as well as the subtropical regions. I also told you that we will be studying about the two basins in this chapter, which is the Amazon basin and the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Out of which the Amazon basin, it comes under the tropical regions, and the Ganga Brahmaputra basin, it comes under the subtropical region. So our today's class will basically focus only on the Amazon basin. In our next class, we will be discussing about the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. So let us start with the Amazon basin. This is the map of the Amazon basin. I'll come to it. First, we'll discuss about the location and extent of Amazon basin. Amazon, you all know that it is the most important river in South America. It has the tallest and densest forest in the world. Amazon basin covers a large portion of the tropical South America. Let us now look at the flow of the river Amazon. So it originates from the Andes mountain of west, goes all the way through Brazil and drains in the eastern side of the Atlantic Ocean. Then it covers, just look at this map, it covers half of Brazil, parts of Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia and Venezuela. This was about the location and extent of the Amazon river, Amazon basin. So what did you understand about the location and extent? First of all, what point did we cover in this? First of all, these 2 points, you all know that it is the most important river in South America, and the Amazon basin, it has the tallest and densest forest in the world. Then you should know about from where it originates and where it drains. So it originates from the Andes mountain of west, goes all the way through Brazil, and then it drains into the eastern side of the Atlantic Ocean. Okay. Now the point comes, which all region it covers. So it covers half of Brazil, parts of Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia and Venezuela. Clear? This was about the location and extent of the Amazon basin. Now I will tell you about the climatic conditions of the Amazon basin. So this region, it experiences equatorial type of climate. Now what is equatorial type of climate? Which is hot and humid throughout the year. In the daytime, there is high temperature and humidity. During the night, the region will have low temperature, but humidity will still be there. There is one more important thing to note down about the climatic conditions of Amazon basin is that, you know, here the sunlight, it does not reaches the ground. Just think why the sunlight cannot reach the ground. What is that first thing that I told you in the location and extent? Just try to recall that point. What did I tell you? That they have dense forests. So the forests are so dense that even sunlight, it cannot cross those trees and reach the ground. It is so dense. Okay, that is why the sunlight is also not able to reach the ground. Clear? Then here we have a heavy rainfall. Since the forests are so dense, there is a heavy rainfall here. Another thing, there is no dry season here. Okay, so this was something about the climatic conditions of the Amazon basin. So if I ask you, give me some detail or let me know something about the climatic conditions of Amazon basin, what will you say? First of all, it experiences equatorial type of climate, which is hot and humid throughout the year. Here days are hot and with high humidity. Nights are comparatively, the temperature is low, but humidity is still there. Then here the rainfall is heavy. It is like about 250 centimeter per year. Clear? This was about the climatic conditions of the Amazon basin. Now we'll see the flora and fauna. So talking about the flora and fauna, here there is a rich growth of natural vegetation. In this region, evergreen equatorial forests are found, which are the largest and thickest in the world. Important trees found in this region are ebony, palm, rubber and cane, which are even quite useful for different purpose. Then it also has a rich variety of wildlife, mammals, large variety of birds, species of reptiles, insects and fishes are found here. I've given you some of the examples like which mammals. There are monkeys, jaguars, pumas which are found here. When we talk about the bird, there are toucans, hummingbirds. When we talk about reptiles and snakes, anaconda, which is like a 10-meter long snake, it is also found here. Okay, this was about the flora and fauna of the Amazon basin. So, I have given you names of some of the important trees which are found there. I have given you names of some of the important animals which are found in the Amazon basin. Okay. Now, I am going to tell you about the people and their economic activities, like what type of people live here, what do they do for their daily living, what is their basic occupation, how do they eat, what do they eat, all these basic questions related to the people we will be discussing in people and their economic activities. So, people, they have a very primitive life over here, like they get their food by hunting, gathering, okay. Then here they have some forest area had also been cleared by using the method of slash and burn. Now, what is slash and burn? Which is this method that the people have used? Any idea? See, slash and burn, it means where the natural vegetation, it is cut down, making the land useful for cultivation, and then when the plot becomes infertile, the farmer moves to a new land, and this is like a repetitive process. It is repeated again and again. You are getting my point? That they cut down the forest area, they cut down the natural vegetation and they use that land for cultivation. Then when again that land also becomes infertile, the farmer, he moves to a new land, and this is a never ending process. This process is continued forever and ever. Okay. Then here there are rubber trees which are scattered in the forest. When we talk about the settlements, what type of settlements here are? So, they are very small and scattered here and there. But you know, here also in the Amazon basin, now slowly and gradually the life of the people is changing. Now, how is the life of the people changing here? It has changed due to the contact with the Europeans. You know, there are many small towns which have been developed along the river bank. People, especially those tribal people, they have migrated to those towns so that they can find some work over there. Okay, this is how they are like changing their life. Even a number of roads have been developed in the last 50 years. And the most important road lane, that is the Trans-Amazon Highway, which has made all the parts of the forest region accessible, that has also been built over there. So, this was all the changes that started happening in the Amazon basin. We studied about the people, that they had a very primitive way of life, like in class 6 what you had studied. Basically, you can relate it to the same, that they used to obtain their food by hunting, gathering and fishing, like what we did in class 6. Then for agriculture, they use the slash and burn method. Okay. Then here the settlements was also very small and scattered. But due to the contact of Europeans, the life of the people, it started changing. The new towns were developed along the river bank. Then people, they started moving to those towns so that they can find some work. Then number of roads have been developed. In fact, Trans-Amazon Highway was built, which is like an important road link which has made all the parts of the forested region accessible. Okay. But the one more thing to note down here is that you must have watched in television also, somewhere or the other the news also starts coming on this, that in the Amazon basin massive deforestation had happened now, which is actually disturbing the ecological balance, because what people are doing for their own purpose, for their own profit making business, they have started cutting down the forest. This is not only in the Amazon basin, you can feel this is happening everywhere for the people, for just growing up their business, just for their own selfish motive. They are cutting down the forest, which is actually having and will have a severe effect on the ecological balance, which should not be done. Clear? So this was about the Amazon basin. We'll have a quick recap of what all we did in Amazon basin. So we started this Amazon basin with the location and extent, where I told you that it is the most important river there, which originates in the Andes mountain and drains into the Atlantic Ocean. Then I told you which all parts it cover. Talking about the climatic condition, this area has equatorial type of climate with heavy rainfall. Then comes the flora and fauna. I had given you important animals, important trees which are found in the Amazon basin. You should at least remember few of them, okay. Then the last we studied in this Amazon basin was about the people and their economic activities. So I told you they had a very primitive way of life. They used to hunt food, gather and fishing. Then slowly, gradually they moved to agriculture, where you use the slash and burn method. After coming into contacts of Europeans, their life started changing. They started moving to the towns for work. Then there was Trans-Amazon Highway, which was built, which made all parts of the forested region accessible. Number of roads were built. Okay, this was all about the people and their economic activities. Now, based on today's video, I am giving you one assignment which you have to do. First one is, name some of the mammals found in the Amazon basin. Question number 2, what type of climate is experienced in Amazon basin? Question number 3, how did the life of the people of the Amazon basin started changing? Okay, so you have to relate it, what they used to do initially and how did it started changing. Clear? Hope you have understood. You only have to basically understand the main points when it comes to location, when it comes to climate, when it, like for location, from where it originates, from where it gets drained, and the main parts it cover. Climate, which type of climate does this basin has? Flora and fauna, at least you should remember few important trees, few important animals, okay. Then people, what they used to do, what they started doing later. So you should have few, you should remember those few lines on that, okay. So this was all for the day. We'll be meeting again with the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Till then, all of you take care. Bye bye.